Deliberate Murder's map. So the fact that they won their own map is, you know, it's good.
By a
margin,
margin, yeah. I mean, up until this matchup, neither of these teams have lost a map today. So something's got to give.
Meltdown's first loss in a while. And I'm not just talking about just this event.
Right.
So that makes it 9 wins today and 1 loss. And I hope that loss isn't going to haunt them, you know. Those players, they're quite sensitive to such defeats, such blows to their their confidence. So I hope they're going to be able to get back into this. They did have a pretty convincing victory against against Deliberate Murder on the road to QuakeCon tournament. Wonder if they can do it again.
Well, you know, in Purgatory they'll have their own pick this time, so they should have that home advantage.
Yeah, and
in theory.
Do we have the Ragnarok video that is going to be played? It's going to be a map number 2.
I think it already played like twice.
Oh, I missed it. Apparently, I wasn't looking at the monitor. So yeah, guys, Ragnarok. It's the most beautiful map around.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Duelers.
City is a talented
tentacles,
guy.
Sorry, are not as pretty as.
I don't know if City's here at the
Ragnarok.
event. I wouldn't mind hugging him. But here we go. We've got Ragnarok coming up, and just look at it.
Well, we're going to look at it in just a second.
Did you shoot these camera angles? Did you do that?
Oh, it's all for me. Thank you so much.
Oh, sure.
Let's go in, because the game is starting right now, guys. We can get straight into the map. We are on Lincoln over here. Thank you for production. I get to see the video.
And he's just going to be taking the top of the map, just hovering over everything, seeing what he can pick away. It looks like he's going to be taking a shotgun off of an MG kill. Going to be number 3 for them here as they get into it. But again, Lincoln is just looking more for situational awareness than anything else, but making good use of that shotgun as well.
Look at Parrot. The timing is so early right now. This is one of the earliest quads and battle suits you're going to find at all. They've spawned right now, and their players are like, what the hell are we meant to do at the moment? Lincoln is there. Wins is there. They get this super early double power up. This could put them in a good advantage.
I want to say that Lincoln was like ready for it, if anybody was. I mean, he was just biding his time in that first one. He wasn't just grabbing a weapon and looking for those first frags. He wanted to be ready for it. And it paid off. I mean, they've got double items now. They've got nothing to worry about. They can get a healthy lead here very early.
We got Lincoln. He's managed to get himself a couple of frags.
Yeah.
Stick by. Can't quite squeeze through
that choke point. Yeah.
15 to 6. I mean, yeah, that's definitely the start. That will make them happy. The thing is, they can't rest easy.
That's a solid first minute. Lincoln collapses back to red armor. He might be wanting to trade it up, only at 45 health. No, he's just going to be holding on to that. Okay. Might still give it away, but he doesn't have anything to put pressure on Cooler with there.
I'm going to switch over to...
wow. Nice.
I was going to switch over to Fortune, and he's just hitting mad rockets. And he's got a bit of a stack to flip. What? The timing on that rocket was immaculate. Yeah, teammates spoiling the show for him as he's looking for that air rocket, getting railed as he's waiting for rail.
And that rail room is such a trap as well. And again, just beautiful shots. I mean, that one was handed to him on a silver platter rather, but really Lincoln is just pulling them apart at this point. Currently, he's not quite leading his team in frags or damage, but I like what I'm seeing out of him. He's actually Toxic right now. He's starting to come out of his shell.
Tox is actually doing it. I think we'll have to go over to him in a brief moment. I do want to check out Pavel though. He's working with a bit of snacks. He's in a bit of a key room right now, but he can't go anywhere. We're just going to demolish him.
And who got that red? Was it Lincoln?
It's either Lincoln or Tox, because they got
Lincoln's
the
been very cognizant of the items. He's been super aware of where he needs to be, and I think he's passing that along to the rest of his team as well. Nice. Yeah, Lincoln's just right on top of the battle suit. You know, 5 seconds early, but enough to blast everybody else off of it and take it pretty freely for himself. I'm actually kind of surprised there wasn't more of a mosh pit on the battle suit. And yeah, now Pavel on the quad. Got to see these guys clash now. Pavel's actually got first sight of Lincoln here, but it didn't take much for Lincoln to figure it out.
Is he going to be able to take him down? Is Pavel going to be able to kill him? Yeah, Lincoln dies.
This quad shotgun. Beautiful. So methodic.
4 frags for Pavel on this quad run. There's still 5 seconds left. He's going to hang around the red, so I like where the item's finishing, and he's going to let his teammate pick it up. But he's just walked into a death trap, going towards the railgun. And MD are going to be happy with that.
Still a 20 frag lead for MD here, especially as they try to fight everybody off here in the railgun. It's going to be Fortune actually getting the grab for that eventually. I don't know if the rail didn't actually come up.
I know, I think someone took it
a big fight,
off the
okay, yeah, big fight over nothing.
And they just ran in because they knew this guy's got the rail, let's kill him.
Yeah.
They just prioritized that target.
He did look a little disappointed not to get out of there with the rail, though. Zyrax is doing what he does best. Finally gets trapped out by Cooler there.
I'm wondering if they're going to be able to bring back the stage, because all of a sudden, from that double power-up, it was a massively Meltdown it was allowed to get. So they were able to get on the double
Somebody tipped them
power-ups.
off that the items were coming that early. They were the only ones like prepared for it.
Well, of course, players don't know, don't see the item spawns on the sides that we see. That's just the spectator features for us, whereas the players, they have to calculate and work out everything themselves and communicate it to each other.
They have to do math. That red's going to be coming up and it's going to be going over to Wins. Solid give to him for sure. As everybody's trying to go out the other side and corral these players for him.
This is nice to set up for Battlefield as well, but Wins has actually lost a lot of his stack. Fortune is being an absolute menace. It's really good for him because no one really on MD has got a significant stack. The red's going to be up in 5 seconds, so Zyrax will probably want to wait for that. Latromi has got quad, but he's not got much. He gets a little rail shot.
It's interesting with the timing split that they had that they went from Battlesuit to Red Armor instead of to Quad. I think they could have won both. But it's going to be Latromi with Quad here. He's going to be shoved back. He's going to be having a lot of trouble, not only with Battlesuit, but with everybody else coming after him.
As soon as he fired that rail shot through the tiny choke point, that was the go moment for the two other blue players. It was like, oh right, okay, now we're probably not going to die.
Exactly. Probably.
Yeah. Well, maybe if he could have landed one rail on the guy without the battle suit, then maybe he could have picked up one on his way down, but you know, it was a risk they had to take. Kill the quad.
Lincoln still with plenty of armor here. Ooh, nice. Again, I want to see those pummel stats at the end of the day. That'd be good. Need a pummel king. But this is still consistently 20 frags difference.
Yeah. It's not really changed though, which is, you know, it's fine for Meltdown. But it's also fine for Deathmatch. They just need to find a way in properly. They managed to get a couple of extra frags recently. Wins though, again, just seems to always have a decent amount of armor.
Well, 38's decent.
It's alright. Anything's good on TDM. Considering no one else on the map has armor, then...
Right. And he's got rail now. Let's see if he can make good use of it. Oh, he's got a few guys in front of him. Hopefully we won't see too many team kills. But nice use there. That was actually a pretty good ambush on that choke point, but man, just fell apart, and even that was a mutual frag.
So Zyrax can go over here. He's had a couple of awesome moments today. He helped get his team closer. He's going to pick up an excellent
His plus
two frags.
back. So good.
Come run towards me. And he's just hitting rail after rail.
And then they do, for some reason.
Battlesuit up next. Is he going to be able to pick it up? For some reason, no one... Oh, well, Latromi was all of a sudden, I thought Zyrax was going to get it, but Latromi was just hidden in the corner. Lincoln's going to be able to pick up the quad damage. I'm going to swap between Latromi, just getting a kill as we switch over to him. What's he going to do? He's going to run into him. That shotgun blast hurts so much. I think he'll just back off after that.
He's going to back off completely here, leaving Lincoln to potentially take away some free frags. There goes Fortune. Doesn't have anything other than that shotgun though. Latromi's got an easy job of this. Yeah.
And just as the Battlesuit dies, he manages to himself a kill. 5 seconds until Red Armor. Latromi cannot hold on to this room. He really needs teammate support to help him get in there. Pavel's going to go down as well. Fortune on his own. Dead man walking.
And Lincoln's ready for this fight too. He's running right into it. Powell's going to get taken out completely. It is just a mess down there. We're seeing deliberate murder get murdered in the basement, but now we've got a timeout here called by someone or other.
I didn't actually quite see, but it gives us a chance to check out the scoreboard for just a second. Put a lot of negatives at the moment on the 102 side. And actually Tox, who's got the... doesn't have positive or negative net, he's just...
Wins and Lincoln actually are Wins, Lincoln, and Tox are just about tied for damage in the server at 4K. Nobody else is really close. I mean, everything we've been saying about this team leading up to these matches about how, you know, evenly skilled they are and how well they fit each other have all proven to be true.
But it is looking that we might finally get the sort of... I don't want to say it too soon because we're still playing with top and stuff, but we might get the, sort of the actual tiebreaker. You know, we get 3 maps anyway, but we get a proper tiebreaker at the moment. I think that's really... We want that hype here in the TDM discipline. Pavelo allowing Lincoln to bounce all over him.
I mean, he had a wall right there. Basic stuff.
This is a solid lead, though. I mean, Meltdown, even though Duel have made some really good moves, they haven't ever been able to climb back close in about 18 frags of difference. Pavel, Battlesuit. This is good, but very limited weapons. And he's trying to get over to Lincoln, but he's got nothing left. That's going to be an easy frag for Lincoln. You just had nothing, Pavel. Why would you take such a risk?
This is 25 seconds of duty-free quad damage. He doesn't even have to worry about red armor right now. Be nice if he could, but Pavel's going to be a freebie here.
Whoa,
oh, but that plasma just nailed him into the wall. But he's got 4 frags so far. I think he should be able to take up another one here. Somebody comes up to him. It's not going to happen, though.
All right,
fine.
I mean, it's nice he located Pavel. He's able to do some good damage to him. You know,
Pavel's doing a good job of locating himself, too. Look at this. Lincoln didn't even want that fight. He recognized that it was, you know, disadvantageous as far as his positioning went and just left it up.
I think Fortune did 100 damage to his teammate there. I might be wrong.
Still only barely over 20 frags. It's been one of the most consistent score spreads I've seen today.
Oh, he can't deny the red.
Oh, jeez.
The damage was brilliant, though. I mean, that's definitely going to help a lot. I'm going to switch over to Pavel, who has got some Mega to work with. He's got a bit of armor still. Oh, wow. Brilliant positioning. The timing on the lock as well, exceptional.
Just whistle as it goes by, no problem.
Pavel getting a bunch of kills at the moment. He's going to find one off the spawn as well. Is he going to drop down again?
We haven't had too much Pavelcom in a little while.
We haven't.
I'm glad to see that he's getting a little bit of a streak. I mean, he's actually been sort of playing the role of quad damage whipping boy. Like, go die 5 times so that we can keep our weapons.
Yeah, I mean, that moment last time when he was going from quad over to, sorry, on over to quad, it was a bit, I don't know, not optimal in my opinion.
No, it was a legitimate strategy. They hoarded weapons that way. Worked out. I mean, they've got one map here.
That's true. That's true. If they want to take risky strategies, they can definitely try it out, but I really feel like Grim Captain is going to split the difference between these two. Duel really want this battle, but Cox is going to take it right in the mid. Who's going to be able to get onto quad damage? Cox. And Lincoln.
Lincoln, geez. I mean, once again, he's just ready to be exactly where he needs to be. But we have Battlesuit die, actually. What?
And Cox was on like 30 health when we left him.
Okay, yeah. But that is Lincoln wondering, okay, I've got the quad, which is technically great. Now what?
Well,
nothing. That's what, yeah.
Lutron is just going to fire a homing missile at him, and that'll be that.
Seeing this lead extend to 34 frags, starting to get away from deliberate murder.
I like this deliberate murder positioning, though. They're setting up stuff nicely to take care of LG, Mega, and Red, and it's happening a lot. And once those items are all picked up, which they spawn at the same time, they can try and go for some kills.
But look at that. I mean, as soon as they collapsed in to make good on that positioning, like Zyronx was right there to punish that. Good on him.
And he's just backing off again. He's like, you want to come in this room, then you're going to have to get through me. And he secures the railgun as well. He's pretty low at the moment, so he might want to switch away. 6 health. He's going to die with the guns, which isn't too bad. But not being able to send them to your teammates is a little bit frustrating for him.
We got 4-2-1 now. We're going to call it up and just cannot hit any of these rocks. There we go. Win finally taken on down. Lincoln finally able to get the revenge, though. So final 8 minutes of this match, and I'm wondering at what point this crawl from deliberate murder becomes anything other than that. I mean, this hasn't really been a game of shifting tides. It's just been
like static sort of.
Yeah.
Lead or frag difference that the Red aren't really able to recover from. Cool, looking for sort of flick air rocket. Not going to get it this time, but he's found good damage. That was way off that rocket, and Zyronx is going to take advantage of it. We're like a mentalist over here, trying to take cover of this battlesuit. It is going to go to Lincoln, and that is just a lot of deliberate murder corpses.
Lincoln with the battlesuit, Tox with full armor, Zyronx with half armor. They're looking quite well here. Pavel finally able to pick up a 50 with that quad. But he's got almost no intel on any of this. Yeah, don't position yourself so that your quad runner can't make the frag without killing you.
Yeah. All the damage from the side. I mean, he was trying to move over towards the other players where the battlesuit wasn't, so he could maybe pick up a couple of kills, but because he had no long-range weapon, it was so difficult for him to do anything. And MD are just picking up frag after frag now. Latromi gonna die. Had his eyes on the yellow armor, but there's just nothing they can do at the moment. This is a dominant performance by Meltdown. 6.5 minutes. Even though it's technically still doable, I'm just not sure if I can see it happening. Meltdown is just absolutely caning it here on Ragnarok.
Toxic doing quite well here. I mean, he doesn't look like he really feels like he needs to commit to that fight. Just sure, a few grenades up, that's all it takes. If I get damage, cool. If I don't, cool.
I'm gonna check out the most cool of them all.
It's inane to say, but a big part of TDM is not dying.
Yeah.
So even if you're not being
tell these guys that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hold on. They wrote the book on this stuff. I'm just reading it off.
Fair enough, fair enough.
But for any of you new players out there, that's a pro tip. That's a freebie. The final corner coming up here, and yeah, it's been drawing out their lead ever so slowly, but surely as well. It just has not been changing.
Cool, he's just trying to survive at the moment, and with power-ups not that long. So I hope maybe the 50 health on the next turn. He doesn't see it, so he's got to try and survive with this. No health left. Lincoln with 15 HP gets himself the kill. There's 45 frags between them.
Oh, this is big. They're really trying to push in on that battle suit, but Zyrinx was there a little bit earlier.
Oh, God.
It was actually a good time, objectively speaking, for them to push on battle suit, but Zyrinx was in a position where he would have otherwise been too early, but it was the right place to be.
I mean, if Deliberate Murder wanted to get back into this, they couldn't give up that power up.
That was the last one.
Yeah.
Pretty much the final 5 minutes if you're not taking solid rounds of power-ups. That's it, man.
There's about 45 between them, something like that. That's a huge amount. And this is the kind of score differences we were seeing at the Road to QuakeCon tournament.
Is this a little bit more typical of what you were seeing there?
Yeah, definitely. But it seems that when Deliberate Murder are able to play a map they're comfortable on, then they make it really damn close. We'll move on to Grim Dungeons next, providing Meltdown Bar don't just, I don't know, all disconnect from the server and horrible things happen to them.
Yeah, I have to say that it's probably the ones that, you know, just aren't shifting and you're just always just a few frags apart that have to be the most stressful, for sure. It's constant negative feedback. But I'm not really sure what to think about Grim Dungeons for both of these teams moving into it after the way we've been seeing them play these previous two.
I think we'll see a lot of respect being paid to each other. We will see those big, important pushes into red armor from teams that don't have control of it.
I'll be interested to see if Deliberate Murder plays as conservative a positional game as they did earlier on. There might not be a reason for them to do that, but I did enjoy seeing it.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Fortunately, trying to get hold of this red area. Our teammate next to him is machine gun slowly just as it spawns, and Lincoln's going to take it away. All the Deliberate Murder players died on red armor just when it was at the most important time. Another rocket is going to be Lincoln. Oh, his movement is just so nice. Is he going to make it in time? Not quite, but Pavel's in front of him, and he's knocked down. He's trying again. Lincoln really determined.
Oh, jeez. I mean, I think we're used to seeing Pavel without weapons. We're just not used to seeing him with quad. Poke, poke, poke.
Lincoln doing his mad jumping around as usual. He's got not long left on this. Try and get a little frag. Would love to get that rocket launcher.
There it is. Nicely done. And there's rockets for him. Take away yellow armor as well.
Oh, that's a nice little bonus.
And calling out our scores again here, I mean, Lincoln, Wins, and Toxic are still just all very, very close in terms of damage. Zyrinx is down there at 7.8k, but Lincoln at 9.5. I mean, should have enough time to hit that 10k mark for sure. Meanwhile, highest is going to be Latromi on Deliberate Murder with 7.1 rather.
That's a big difference between the two of them.
It seriously is.
75. I mean, we haven't seen that much in the way of... Actually, we didn't see any Mercy Limit games on stream because CC didn't do that against Deliberate Murder, but this one's actually not that far away from it.
No, it really isn't.
And I don't think Meltdown, you know, have those same kind of manners versus Deliberate Murder. I think if they Mercy Limit, then that's saying a lot going into a last map.
You think they're going to get another, what,
I don't...
23 frags?
I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily going to happen, but it's not impossible if Deliberate Murder really drop the ball.
Sound a little desperate there for that. Like just grind them.
I think it's just a statement though from Meltdown. If they're getting such a big frag lead against them at the end of the second map, it almost says that, yeah, you were lucky on the first map.
Well, it's one thing if you're, close the whole time and then they get away from you in the final 3 minutes. It's another thing if you're just always that far apart from them and it just keeps getting wider and wider.
See if Lutron can get there fast enough.
Demoralizing.
Lutron needs to get the kill here. His rockets aren't bad, so he will take down Wins eventually.
It's a good thing too, because Wins only had the machine gun. I would have actually been more amused if he had lost that fight.
Yeah, no, that would have been awful for him. And he wasn't that far away from doing that, so he's trying to get some frags, trying to definitely make the team feel a bit better going into.
Yeah, this would do it
round.
definitely. And they're going to need that enthusiasm going into Grim Dungeons.
This is a big match though for the TDM community. This has been the anticipated game of the last, well, most anticipated game of the last couple of years, to be honest.
Well, they got it.
Yeah. I mean, Meltdown Bar with a slightly different lineup to usual. You know, you'd include Sturmy in there, but with Zyrinx here, it's still such a solid lineup.
I've been enjoying watching him play as well. They're not too far off from that mercy limit. Not now.
And now they won't be getting there though within 10 seconds.
So hopefully for deliberate murder,
map.
they can shake themselves off, take a breather, kind of recollect themselves, moving into... Can we just call it a tiebreaker?
It's a tiebreaker
Yeah.
now, guys. 220 to 156. That's GG and Meltdown are going to be able to bring us to the tiebreaker. We've got Lincoln on 11K. That is insane. He's 1,500
11.
above
I thought he was just going to hit that
else.
10. Okay.
Yeah. Go on.
There it is.
He's stretched even further.
But look how close their scores are just all throughout. They're so